Hey there, deep feelers. It's your girl Genevieve. And you guys get me a little messy today, a little more in my body, a little more authentic, a little more right out of the woods and unshowered this morning, this afternoon, whenever this is being viewed. So, hello. If you're new, again, my name is Genevieve. I am a psychic empath. I am a trauma-informed awakening guide, and I assist the divine feminine in reclaiming their power, in moving from shrinking to sovereignty, from swallowing their voice to using it. And originally I was going to make this video today talking about the father wound, which I probably still will a little bit, but Spirit has been really loud to me today and right in my ear, talking about how we treat ourselves, how we speak to ourselves, and how we care for ourselves. And somebody in the collective today is really struggling with that. Somebody is really finding it challenging to say nice things to themselves or to feel good things about themselves. Somebody is really struggling with tying worth to productivity and feeling exhausted and feeling like rest is guilt. So I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. I wanted to connect a little bit, and I wanted to open this safe and sacred space for all you deep feeling, beautiful, gentle souls out there who are looking for a place to be your sensitive, beautiful self. So before we get into it, do me a favor and close your eyes. We're going to take a really nice, smooth, easy, slow, deep breath in through the nose. And as we do so, we're going to breathe in light. So I want you to envision the most brilliant, the most warm, the most welcoming, the most loving, beautiful, white light feeling that you could feel. And I want you to breathe in through your nose to the count of 4. Ready? And breathe in. 3, 4. And I want you to hold that breath at the top, and I want you to bask in that light. I want you to feel it on your skin and on your face. Most of all, I want you to feel that light in your heart today, deep feelers. I want you to know that you are supported and you are guided and you are loved. And I want you to exhale that breath. And as you exhale that breath, I want you to exhale fear, tension, guilt, anxiety, anger, sadness. I want you to exhale that breath, and I want you to push it right out into the earth, deep feelers. Good. Let's do another deep breath. Let's take a breath in now, breathing in and holding at the top. 3, 2, 1, and breathing out. And as we breathe out, I want you to release that tension from your jaw, your shoulders, your neck. I want you to release the muscles behind your eyes. I want you to know that in this release, you are held. Good. Now, one more time, I want you to take a nice, easy, deep breath in through the nose, counting to 6 this time, and breathing in. 4, 5, 6 at the top, we hold. 3, 2, 1, and blow out. Good job, deep feelers. And from this space, I just want you to draw your attention to any tension that may still be in your body. Where is it? Where do you feel it? Is it in your hips? Is it in your belly? Is it in your chest or your throat? Anywhere that you can feel that doesn't feel like it belongs to you. We're going to ask that tension, we're going to ask that energy to go. We're going to thank it for being here, and we're going to show it gratitude, because it is trying to teach us, it is trying to show us, it is trying to guide us to where we need to give ourselves attention. Now that we're grounded, now that we're connected, I'm going to pull some cards out here as we kind of go along. And first card on the bottom of the deck today, Deep Feelers, Judgment. Where are you judging yourself? Where are you judging others? This is going to be hard to hear. But what we judge in others are the things that we can't face about ourselves. This means that as humans, we are capable of experiencing every emotion on the spectrum, right? We are capable of being every version of human on the spectrum. We're capable of being murderers, and we're capable of being pacifists, right? We all have the capacity for anger. We all have the capacity for love. And when you feel the whole world so deeply, it can be hard to discern. But with the Judgment card here, it's just like literally releasing. Do you see it? Like, this is the surrender. When we can release the judgment and understand that humans will human, including you, it's a path to liberation. Your sensitivity is your path to self-discovery. So a little bit about last video I made, I talked about the mother wound. I talked about how my mother was extremely critical of me growing up. Everything from, my body type, to what I ate, things like that. And I know now that she was critical of me because she was critical of herself. And she didn't know how to show concern in a way other than being critical. I don't believe that she was critical to be malicious. I believe that she was simply trying to protect me from the same world circumstance that she experienced, body image bullying, things like that. So because I didn't feel like I had an ally in my mother, I looked to my father, right? As a child, our parents are the gods in our life, right? What they say goes, and what they do is obviously the right thing to do, right? Because we don't know any better. And so because I felt like I couldn't be me, and that my mother didn't see me, that she only saw something to criticize or fix or help, that I felt like my only choice, my only other option was my father. And I loved my father very, very, very fiercely. And I also molded myself to be what he wanted me to be, because I thought that's how I was going to get the love that I needed so desperately, right? And so I wanted to play, as an example, I wanted to play the percussion in 5th grade when band started, and my father said, "You're going to play the trumpet." So I played the trumpet. He said, "You're going to play the piano." I didn't want to play the piano. Playing the piano made me angry. In fact, I played the piano. I wanted to please him so badly that I did a lot of things that he wanted me to do, that as a young girl growing up, I didn't necessarily want to do. I wouldn't have done on my own. You know, throw a ball around in the yard. Now, I'm not even remotely saying that's not a girl thing to do. It's just for this girl at that time of life, that wasn't something that interested me. But the thought of, or the feeling of disappointing my father made it so that I could not say no. And I could not stand up for myself and say that's not something I want to do. And so the relationship with him, I was afraid of disappointing him, and I was afraid of him. Not that my father was abusive in any way, but he definitely had a temper, and growing up, when you feel things, when you feel other people, when you feel shifts in energy and dynamics, and you feel nuances, and you feel people's thoughts before they think them, it can be a lot, right? It can be a lot for a small person to carry. And so this is where the pattern of people pleasing for me began. This is where the pattern of gauging everyone else's moods so that I knew how to conduct myself began. For safety, right? Because that's primal, that's ancient, that's nervous system regulation. As humans, we just, first and foremost, need safety. We need survival. And so, as time went on, my relationship with my mother became more alienated, and what I thought was closeness with my father, it was to a degree, for sure, but there was some emotional manipulation, because my parents stayed married long, much longer than they should have, and so their relationship was tension. Their relationship was lacked affection. So these were things that I witnessed and that I felt growing up. And so as we get to be older, deep feelers, that child self never just goes away, never dies, never definitely backs into the background, because as we get older, we forget that we once were just children trying to survive our environments. And truly, we're all just children trying to get by in an adult world, right? Because we just got older. We didn't really. The patterns that we create in childhood for safety are the patterns that we will carry over as adults. Relationship patterns, patterns of how you conduct yourself in the world, how you show up in the world. And so if you're shooting all over yourself right now, and you're feeling down about yourself and you don't fully understand why, the time to take a look at some of those inner child patterns is now. And you found me because we're meant to do it together. And as I've been talking here, Spirit's shown me a few things. You're in your head, friend. It's hard to not be in our heads when the outside world doesn't feel safe. It's hard not to be in our heads when we feel like we're juggling 15 plates and 20 bowls and 18 balls and all the things, and we're playing all the roles and wearing all the hats and being all the versions of ourselves that other people need us to be. But Spirit says today, you are your own light. And that may be hard to process right now. That may be hard to hear, and you may not even believe it. But you have everything inside of you that you need. We start with the inner child because the inner child was or is where it begins. Those feelings of not enoughness, those feelings of having to perform to be loved, having to do the things that other people want to do, the swallowing, the no, the always saying yes, the shrinking. And when I mean shrinking your energy. I mean literally cowering away from the world because the world has shown you it's not safe. You're being asked for a different perspective today. You're being asked to try to see things upside down, sideways. To try and change your perspective, because when you're not looking, when your eyes are closed or down or cast sideways because you can't stand to see you can't stand to see the pain is what I'm hearing. Oh, deep feeler. The pain is the doorway. But you have the key. And the light shines to show you the way. Okay? You are connected to all that is. You are all that is. Try to be lighter on yourself. one question you can ask is, what emotions am I avoiding? What masks am I wearing? And am I ready to take them off? Because the true you uses her voice. The true you stands on her business. The true you is a light for others. But the light comes from within, and it comes from being willing to look at the darkness. I know it feels like it is consuming and never ending, and but the light never shines. But Spirit wants us to know that there is no light without darkness. There is no empty without full, no beauty without ugly. Deep Feeler, you are divinely supported, and it is safe. It is safe to trust yourself. It is safe to trust your ability to feel. Follow your creative passion. Follow your heart. The only way out is through. You are on the precipice of a big change. One step is all it requires. The desire to change will change everything. We love you very much, and we are always here. Until next time.